Hello, welcome back to Far Horizons Gaming. My name is Ben, and today we're going to continue on Suzerain 2.0. So, last time out we started working on our education reforms with Gloria Tori to try to get some help with our constitutional reform. And we went and played a nice, friendly game of chess with Lucy. So yeah, that was pretty sweet. Let's see, so it looks like we're going to continue on here by meeting up with Alban Clavin. After a meeting with Gloria Tori and further discussions with the party and my cabinet, it was time to talk to Alban Clavin to get the reformers' wing to support the proposal. I also plan to finally present a more fleshed-out proposal and declare our agenda to the party after our meeting. I walked into the left wing of the assembly and entered the quarters of the USB. When I reached the meeting hall, I saw many of our members conversing inside. After taking a glimpse inside, I went back into the corridor to look for the office of Alban Clavin, which was around the back of the place. When I reached his room, I knocked on his door and entered. Mr. President, welcome. The whole room was surrounded by bookshelves packed with files and papers. It was a small office with books and dossiers lying on every corner. It felt claustrophobic. On his gesture, I took a seat. Did a bomb drop in this office? He laughed. You could say that. So much research and preparation needs to be done on the plans we're working on. How's everything going for you, Mr. President? I feel pretty good. That's great to hear. I wanted to express my gratitude for passing the Workers' Rights Act. It's one of my most comprehensive and successful political efforts. Let's try this one. You and I see eye to eye on many subjects, including this one. Music to my ears. It wouldn't be possible without Pascal Benoit's support, so the Labour Union and several NGOs like Magnus Cartus also contributed to the campaigning. Alban smiled and knocked on wood. Anyways, let's talk about the proposal. Thanks for coming here for my input, because there are some subjects which Gloria and I don't see eye to eye. I have to say, the most progressives are already starting to warm up to you. Your attempt at changing the Constitution created quite a bit of excitement. But one could dare to say that excitement hasn't been felt since the 30s. I've read the proposal that was finalized together with Miss Tori, and surprisingly, it came out pretty good. Look, Mr. President, I'm on the same side as you. I won't create any problems. Thank you, Mr. Clavin. Any help from you is much appreciated. He looked down at the proposal. It's looking good. I will support the proposal with the needed signatures from our wing. I believe the reformist votes I have will be very important to you. Who knows, maybe you'll consider me for a job in the government in the future for this. I'll consider you if you prove yourself useful about. Oh, you know I will, Mr. President. I will talk to my guys shortly. I'll have the signature soon. Thank you, Mr. Clavin. See you in the conference, Mr. President. I left his room and went back into the corridor. Meeting had exhausted me. Why, you're in there for like 30 seconds. He's like, yeah, bro, this is good. Whatever. I went to the restaurant in the assembly to get something to eat while conversing with other members of our party. I saw Alban talking to his people in the distance. After a while, the preparations for the conference began. I went back into the conference hall and prepared my notes for the speech I was going to make. It took time to get all the present members of the party inside the hall. Gloria Tori announced me from the stand. I walked up to the stand as everybody in the room started clapping. Alright. Let's do this thing. Brothers and sisters of United Sorland, I came here today to announce the agenda for the future of our country. I started my speech with the reasons of the changes to the Constitution. There we go, let's try this one. The people of Sorland have spoken. They blame our institutions and our systems and won't change. Can you blame the people? Haven't we had enough of the flaws of our Constitution? We must listen to their wishes and get their trust in Sorland back. I paused as they started clapping and continued. Let's go with this one. I brought attention to the people's protests and the slight decrease in popularity of the USP. I explained how our proposal will only be beneficial for everybody. The moderates that sat in the center started applauding. Later, I explained the contents of the new constitution and asked for their full support for the proposal. And I'm pretty sure you want to just ask them for their votes instead of threatening them. That sounds like it'll backfire. So I asked for each and every member's vote to make a change together. The reformers wing on the left stood up and started clapping loudly after Alban Clavin made a sign. Soon after, most of the party members stood up and joined in. I saluted everybody in the room one last time, bid them farewell before leaving the stand. I walked outside the assembly and back into the palace. Fantastic. Alright, I don't know if there's much more we can do to try to get the proposal passed, so we'll see what happens. Alright, but it looks like we have just one newspaper. Let's check that out before we continue the churn. So, let's see, it looks like it's from the Whole Sword Post. President meets the USP. Today, President Rain has met with his party members in a party meeting in the Grand National Assembly of Swordland, where the current situation of the country and future plans of the party were likely discussed. It was later reported that President Rain used the meeting to give a speech to the party and announce the contents of the first draft of the new constitution. The details of the meeting were not made public, nor what the draft contained. Fantastic. Alright. Let's move on to Balance of Power in Eastern Marcopa. Alright, let's see. Looks like we got maybe just the one report here from Benfey. So let's check this out. Infrastructure at full capacity in Benfey. The bustling city of Benfey is facing infrastructural challenges as its airport and port facilities are at full capacity due to high volumes of logistics and tourist travel. The situation is raising concerns over the ability to sustain the growing demand without causing delays and disruptions. Infrastructure expansion and modernization are being considered to resolve the issue. Coolio. Wait, what is this? Oh, interesting. Okay. That's random collectibles. Okay. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright. Anyway, random distraction aside, let's check out the newspapers. Alright, from the radical, archaic state of Swordland's conscription laws. Dear reader, I ask you this. What year are we in? 1880s? 1920s? The matter I'm writing about is, of course, mandatory military service again. In times when there are no active wars, why do we still need to have these archaic conscription laws? Let me answer that. It is because someone profits from it. Not only does this make the warmongering souls happy, it also works out for large defense corporations. The oligarchs are now swimming in money while we still have to send our children away when they come of age. We are in the modern age. If we want to modernize Swordland and catch up to superpowers, if we want to lose its militaristic identity so that we can intellectually prosper, mandatory conscription laws need to go. I won't argue that. And from Geopolitico, Rain to meet with Smolk and Van Horten. Swordland is embarking on a great geopolitical gamble with new trade initiative organized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The hope is the solidification of relations with the old ally Agnolia and the troublesome neighbor Valen, with the aim of regaining some of the regional diplomatic influence the country used to have. Each of these countries have different agendas, which will create some difficulties for President Rain. PM Van Horten, who is elected through a powerful democratic movement, wants to reimagine trade with Swordland. President Smolk of Valen is looking for new foreign investments and security cooperation against rebellious Bluish movements at the border. Lesbia and Vogson are watching Swordland's actions very closely and are sure to react to any sort of balance of power shift. Fantastic. Alright. Ooh, wow, we got a whole bunch of things here. Let's see. So, I guess... let's just start with the reports. Alright. So, the Ministry of Health discusses privatization. The Ministry of Health has begun working on a health report with a proposal to allow privatization in the health system to potentially generate new resources for the ministry. Minister Benewall is personally overseeing the discussion and the report with top aides, including members from the National Business Council. Cool beans. We're not going to privatize healthcare, so I don't really care. Alright, let's see. So I guess let's just start with superpowers offer aid. So, the governments of United Cantona and Arcasia have proposed a significant financial aid package for Swordland. This assistance is conditional on certain concessions pertaining to Swordland's strategic military installations. Specifically, United Cantona is seeking docking privileges at the Conrad Naval Base, as well as transit rights through Swordlish territorial waters for its naval vessels. On the other hand, Arcasia is requesting landing rights at the earlier Air Force Base. Beyond that, they are asking for permission to conduct occasional Air Force rotations within Swordlish airspace. This quid pro quo arrangement, while offering substantial financial benefits, would increase the military presence of both the United Cantona and Arcasia within Swordland, marking a significant shift in the region's geopolitical landscape. Alright, well that's kind of cool. I remember before, like the game just offered you one or the other. You didn't get to choose between them. But I think we want United Cantona aid since we're aiming for a little bit more like government control over things. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Arcasia's is the right move, but I'm going with United Katana because it just feels like it's probably right. So yeah, we'll just partner up with the CSP here. Okay, no newspapers from that, but we have... Okay, so this is something in policies, but I don't see anything. Alright, United Katana naval visits. Oh, there it is. It just didn't pop up. Alright, and United Katana giving naval base access. Coolio, I am totally fine with all of that. Oops, and there's a report. Arcasia telling us to go fuck ourselves. The condemnation from Arcasia. Arcasia has publicly criticized the recent financial agreement between Swordland and United Katana. President Walker accused President Rain of enabling the CSP's interference in Eastern Marcopan affairs. The Arcasia president has pledged to protect the interests of the ATO, asserting his readiness to counter any perceived encroachment of millennialism. I mean, it's kind of hypocritical considering you're trying to do the exact same thing, but, you know, hey, that's alright. What else is in here? Oh, there's also a diplomatic situation with United Katana Aid. Cool beans. Alright, let's try to get back to Holsor. There we go, for the Religious Harmony Bill. I don't even need to read it. We're totally just going to veto it, because that's just racist nonsense. But, let's see, let's read it anyway. So, the Religious Harmony Bill. In an endeavor to promote religious harmony and unity, the Grand National Assembly introduces the Religious Harmony Bill, RHB, establishing regulations for religious affairs across Swordland. Section 1 of the RHB mandates that all sermons conducted during the Day of Dissension ceremony at the Arch Sanctuary of Deer will henceforth be held in Swordish. This move is aimed at promoting inclusivity and common understanding among worshippers. Section 2 of the RHB regulates the language of sermons in other sanctuaries across Swordland. It prohibits the use of Bluish for sermons unless explicit approval has been obtained from the Archpriest of Swordland. This measure ensures consistency and unity in religious practices across the country. Section 3 of the RHB sets forth new regulations for priests in state-sanctioned positions. It requires that all applicants must have Swordish lineage to be eligible for their salaries and pensions. This criterion ensures a deeper connection with Swordland's cultural heritage among the religious leaders of the country. Like I said, there's a bunch of racist nonsense. We're absolutely vetoing that thing. Cool, alright. Got a newspaper report from the Radical. President Rain protects religious freedoms. President Rain has recently vetoed the outrageous Religious Harmony Bill. The bill is aiming to limit the freedoms of the Bluish people in Swordland. The MP to propose this bill was, of course, Casaro Keebner, the leader of the NFP himself. Mr. Keebner has never stopped his attacks on Bluish people, and we are sure that he will continue his racist onslaught and attempts to further divide the country. President Rain's decision to veto this discriminatory bill, which was a clear attack on religious and personal freedoms, will be welcomed by Blades and Swords alike. Exactly. Alright, let's head back to Holsor for a call from good old Gus. I was sipping my first cup of coffee for the day when the phone lit up and rang. I swore under my breath. I thought my schedule was clear for at least half an hour. I picked up the phone. Mr. President, how are you doing on this fine day, if I may ask? Fine as well. You? I'm good, because business in Swordland is running as usual for my end. Thanks for asking. I'm calling you because I received a call from the CEO of Armadine Industries, Aaron Bridges, about the recent initial public offering on the Venture City Stock Exchange. As you might have guessed, it's about our little venture investment of 1,000 shares worth nearly $1 million run. I'm very pleased to say that we've made gains. The shares have doubled in price at the IPO and the VCSE, and we'll soon receive the profits made from the investment. Isn't that great? Oh, hell yeah, great news. How much did we gain? Oh, you'll love it. In total, we've made nearly 2 million red. I bet that right now you're wishing you bought more stocks earlier, right? It was a good start for sure. It definitely was. I assure you, this will pair in comparison to what we will do together in the future. The money will be transferred to your personal bank account shortly. Nice. This is the beginning of a good partnership. Keep it up. I think so too. Oh, almost forgot. The management sent one of the brand new radios as a gift. Miss Suda will bring it to you. Goodbye for now. The line dropped. Alright. Well, I'm definitely glad that we made our money back. I had no idea if that was going to actually happen or not, because part of me thought it had already happened. So, glad we got money again. Getting that new radio is pretty cool. That's something that didn't happen before. I'm guessing that's over here in our little collections thing, right? Yeah, Armadine radio. Nice, alright. Looks like more of a telecommunications radio. It's pretty cool. Fantastic. Alright, so we got, looks like 2 exclamation points here, plus newspaper. So let's hit the news. From The Economist, Armadine stocks jumped to nearly double. CEO of Armadine, Aaron Bridges, announced the IPO this morning at the Venture City Stock Exchange, with the opening value of the stocks doubling due to high demand by the market. Images of celebration were visible at the Venture Times newspaper. A new era for portable radios has begun for the average citizen. Major advances in military technology pushing civilian technology forward. Coolio. Alright, let's see. So, early we can go to Peter's little soiree, or a briefing on the status of immigration regulation. Alright, well, let's go and start with that one. Why not? That feels new? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. We're in the middle of a meeting in the palace about our immigration policy. The ensuing discussion quickly became heated.
I don't think so, Mr. Rishi. It just doesn't make any sense to me that a foreign citizen should come before a solar citizen in Scotland.
Well said. My analysis is also in line with this, especially during the economic recession. We're giving soldier's jobs to migrants from other countries. What about our own people?
Immigrants are the reason our economy is not completely unsalvageable. Look at Agnolian immigrants in Ireland. They've revitalized the whole region and in turn boosted the economy of the entire country. Simon can attest to that.
Statistically speaking, our immigrants become part of the workforce contributes to our economy. But I agree that the current situation is very nuanced. With that said, we can't just tighten our immigration policy and expect the economy to stay the same. We need to put our economy and our recession at the forefront. Thankfully, we've just started receiving financial aid from United Cantona.
I can't believe we're accepting financial aid from communists. What's next? Letting a child murderer buy us lunch?
I mean, maybe. Oh my. Joseph is just such an idiot. Anyway.
Return to warships and cut out my father by rolling in his grave.
Don't be dramatic. We need to be friendly with our potential allies.
Allies, those communists, I'd rather die.
That could be arranged, dude.
Well said, Mr. Lancia.
We can probably off you too, Lilius. It's fine. Wait, hold up. My dude's not supposed to be a dictator. Probably just can't go murdering cabinet members. Well, whatever. Anyway.
Gentlemen, can we please get back on topic?
Alright, sorry, Mr. Mishi.
Yeah, sorry, David. I also went off topic.
Yeah, as I was just saying before I was interrupted. Look at superpowers. Do you see them closing off their borders? Why do you think their economies are in such good shape? They're in their current state because they welcome immigration. Used to their advantage.
Yep, okay. We need to consider the impact on the economy.
Our money flow should be our utmost concern if we want to have the capability to accomplish actual change.
We need a decision, but before we move on, Mr. President, do you have any questions about the current state of immigration?
Alright, so I don't think any of this is actually new. So, let's just ask all the questions here. So, what is the current legal status of immigrants?
Currently, all accepted immigrants are given a work permit on arrival, so they can work and contribute to the economy of Sortland. There is currently no limit on the number of immigrants accepted, however, the numbers remain stable over the past years.
Despite the laws, the fact is many immigrants illegally work for corporations. That is the main issue with immigration right now, not the immigration itself. Nonsense. If not for the unlimited amount of immigration, we wouldn't be in this state.
Don't think that's how that works, Elias. But how many immigrants live in Sortland?
Official numbers show that we have anywhere between 2 and 3 million immigrants residing in Sortland.
Even excluding the countless undocumented aliens in our midst, this is a very substantial amount. The primary issue is the strife that caused between less fortunate Solar citizens and themselves. Including them in the workforce would benefit everybody, including unemployed Swords. More taxes means more services.
How do they usually arrive here?
There are 3 major paths they choose. First one is the Agnolian-Thailand border.
I said that backwards, whatever.
And the second is Berger to Wayland, and the third is the Thorn Coast.
It's illogical. It's a light port over there, although recently political fugitives from Falklands have been crossing the Grey Sea by boat to land on our coast.
Politically persecuted Vasic refugees tend to use the dangerous mountain passes to the Vale border. Many of them also have bluish blood. This is significantly increasing the balloon populace inside Badger.
Alright, well, let's move on and see what we can do about the immigrant situation. Jeez. Very well. David Vichy opened his dossier and stamped the seal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade.
Before we make any decisions, I have to remind you. During the elections, we promised to keep our immigration laws relaxed, which I think is the right course of action.
I disagree. We're supposed to control and reduce the negative effects of immigration, like crime and subversion.
I see your point, Joseph, but the economy certainly benefits from more immigration. The internal order, on the other hand, suffers immensely. We should tighten the laws to prevent further chaos.
David sighed wearily.
This is going nowhere.
I mean, I definitely feel that. So many racists in this country. Alright, well, if we decide to tighten immigration, what does that entail?
Yeah, we're gonna have to impose quotas and connect to that, stricter border control.
And on top of allowing our economy to take a hit. Mr. Hull, surely the well-being of our citizens and our internal security will more than compensate for any downturn in the markets.
Again, Lilius, I don't think that's how that works.
Agreed. Soldier citizens should take priority.
What are the consequences of keeping our immigration policy relaxed?
I mean, aside from keeping us on the path of prosperity, modernity, and continuous improvement, not much. Our current system is good for our era. We also have the capacity.
And this will allow us to continue protecting investments for foreign countries, which in turn will keep our trade steady. We will be more trustworthy trade partners. Stability draws money. Stability? What stability? We're already seeing clashes between our people and foreign interlopers. On the contrary, the only way we can achieve stability is through tightening our immigration policy.
You heard the lady. Sword first.
I'm not ready to make a decision just to get rid of you two.
Yes.
Everyone leaned forward, eager to hear my response. I mean, we're keeping immigration laws relaxed. What the hell's wrong with you people?
I'm glad you made the right choice.
Well, we forced out a new ways from migrants, Mengoy. Our border posts aren't ready.
Not only that, we've just abandoned the native swords and need our support the most. Also, this will bring a new tide of refugees from Phelan. Burge is already a difficult region to manage.
This is shameful.
We're not leaving Swords unprotected, you dumbasses. It's a logical decision.
Yeah, you're wrong about this. There's a reason why this country survived a century of revolutions. We just killed all the foreigners.
I hope hard-working swords will see this as positively as you do, Mr. President.
Anything else, Mr. President?
Let's just end this discussion, get to work. There are changes to be made. The ministers gathered the documents and rose from the chairs, some with frowns on their faces.
I'm looking forward to the upcoming trade talks. Peter and I have been visiting Stockport and Rockville in preparation.
And I'll be coming along to talk with the economy minister, looking forward to a potential partnership. If we're finished, we need to head off and get the ministry to work on the new policy.
Sacred. Our border units need to be fully prepared.
Yes, we're finished. Get the hell out of here. The ministers dispersed. Seriously, these old dinosaurs are such a pain in the ass to deal with sometimes. Good lord. Alright. We got a ton of reports here, a overview thingy. Let's see, streamlined immigration is just an orange whatever deal. Yeah, nationwide protest quelled though, that's pretty good. And diplomacy, relaxed immigration. Fantastic. Alright, we got one newspaper. Sordland today. Financial aid is the answer to recession. Recently, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that Sordland would taken financial aid from United Katana. At that time, sacrifices need to be made for the greater good. This may appear as an issue first, but a great leader knows better. It comes as no surprise, President Rain has decided to make a small sacrifice in return for helping Sordland achieve prosperity once again. This has been only a logical outcome, and there is nothing else left for us to do but to applaud President Rain for his success making Sordland a better place. Cool. Hopefully that means the trade war isn't going to happen. Alright. Well, economic recovery proposal. Maybe it is. Well, let's start checking out the reports here. So from Whole Sword, Central Bank drafts economic recovery proposal. In an effort to mitigate economic damages, Whole Sword Central Bank is working on a new proposal. The plan comprises several measures, including the accumulation of foreign exchange reserves, the adoption of a cautious fiscal policy, and increased support for export-oriented industries. The bank's initiative forms a crucial part of the broader strategy to stabilize Sordlin's economy. Okay, maybe that's not what I thought, but that's still pretty cool. Alright, and from the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice reports that the restructuring of the ministry has been completed with success after the increase of its budget. According to the report, a large portion of the budget is transferred specifically to solve the case backlog issues at lower courts, which has already helped ease the situation. Additional efforts will be directed to fighting corruption, upholding the integrity of justices, and the consolidation of the rule of law. Minister Morgan has said that she intends to bring back trust in the justice system with more accessible and efficient courts, a public information campaign, and by rooting out corruption in society. Let's see, let's be worried about United Canton Base. Prime Minister Alvarez has criticized Sordlin for accepting financial aid from United Cantana. He blames Sordlin for opening a gateway for United Cantana to expand their influence in the Maricopa continent. That's nice. And from the Republic of Kairouts, Chancellor Enos Druma emphasizes neutrality. Chancellor Enos has publicly voiced support for Sordlin's sovereignty amidst ongoing attempts by superpower alliances to exert influence. Kairout, with its long-standing policy of neutrality, underscores the value of independent decision-making for the Sordish nation and advocates for peace, stability, and non-interference in international affairs. Let's see, from Vogsman. Vogsman warns against Sordish privatization. Chancellor Emmerich Hagel has voiced his concerns over potential privatization measures being considered in Sordlin. The Chancellor, a strong proponent of Vogslanian socialism, cautioned against the dangers of unchecked capitalism, citing the risk of increasing wealth inequality and social instability. He expressed the desire for Sordlin to consider a more equitable approach to economic development, perhaps taking cues from Vogslan's own socialist policies. Hagel further stated that Vogslan remains supportive of Sordlin as long as the well-being of his people is prioritized. Cool, I think. From Suzerain, Golkondist rally against Sordlin. A recent religious rally by the Golkondists turned into a political demonstration against Sordlin and its constitution. The rally, which was initially intended to be a peaceful gathering, quickly escalated into protests against what the Golkondists see as an unjust and evil government. The sect's leaders have been actively promoting these views to their followers, who have been receptive to their message. The government is urged to monitor the activities of the Golkondists and take appropriate action to prevent further escalation and tensions of potential violence. Cool. Alright. That looks like the end of that. So let's head to Earlery. And, well, actually, I think we'll save, go and hang out with Peter for next time. So, yeah. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.